What's his sexuality?
Mayhem.
Everyday musical theater fans rely on soundtracks for access to their favorite musicals. These are their stories.
Okay,
Is it
here, let's-
recording?
Should we
Yes,
have
it is. It's
Oh, great.
Hello, we haven't been here for almost a whole year because Lauren's a little piece of shit.
Also, we're in college and we all live in different places.
And we haven't seen each other for a long time because of coronavirus.
Yeah, Corona.
So we really got the crackhead energy right now.
I saw Lauren like 2 days ago.
That's true.
Speak for yourself.
Alright, so the musical that we will be listening to today is Black Friday.
Alright, that sounds fun.
Which of you have seen The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals and which of you haven't?
I haven't. Well,
You've seen
that's-
it. You
I didn't pay attention.
That,
Yeah, you weren't like very present.
You were
I
not
don't-
conscious.
I don't think I was in the room for all of it.
Yeah, you couldn't like say the plot or anything really.
No.
Okay.
I watched it last night with you. You
Yeah.
dumbass.
But I ask because Black Friday takes place in the same town that The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals takes place
Oh,
in.
so it is the same town. You didn't tell me that last night.
I genuinely forgot about it. Like when you said that, I was just like going along with your theory that it's in a different town, and then I realized like no, they already gave us this information that it's Hatchetfield. So
Hatchetfield.
just
I want to
yeah.
live in Hatchetfield.
Do you?
I want a hatchet.
Do you know anything about this musical?
Well, from its name, it's gonna be about Black Friday.
It takes place the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or the day of Thanksgiving. The sales start early these days.
It reminds me of Tim Burton a little bit.
Yeah.
I just looked at Long Furby. I'm sorry. I was vibing, and then I looked at Long Furby, and I was like,
I hate that he's staring directly at me.
was that it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So what do you think is happening in that? I mean,
Creeping around in the fog.
Wait, can he come too? And he
Do you
feels
wanna-
look at him, he's
do
excluded.
you want me to bring him over there?
He's excluded.
Okay.
It's Pride Month.
What's his sexuality?
Mayhem.
But yeah, I mean, is that about it? Like, I know there's not much
Yeah.
to work with. That.
No, like creeping around in the fog is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wiggly snake and a sniggly wiggly. Windy wind that makes you stay. His belly squishy puts a smile on your face. Just tickle his belly well and he will say, I love you. Tickle, tickle me, Wiggly. Uncle Wiley.
Tickle Me Elmo? Holiday worm on a string. Did it say Wiggly Snig or Wiggly Snake?
Wiggly Snig.
Snig.
Is that legal? Are the things that were saying in that song legal?
Sounded like a worm pillow pet.
I feel like I should show you like the album cover just because you've seen it for other things. So this is the album cover.
What is that?
Is
teeth?
that it? He do be looking like Long Furby down.
What do you think was happening? What were they singing about?
Capitalism.
Yeah, no, I second that. Specifically a Wiggly Snig. Whatever that thing is, I guess. I'm guessing that's the Wiggly Snig.
My brain went places that were not the Wiggly Snig when I was listening to that song.
So what do you think is the importance or significance of the Wiggly Snig?
It's gonna make you happy.
Just watch it get hit by the same fucking meteorite from Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals or something like that. Just watch.
What Tim wants,
Tim.
will get.
Is Tim the Wiggly Snake?
Anything
Is he Tim dead?
I hope
he used to
so.
like.
Oh, is this a kid?
I couldn't hold him still to teach him to talk.
Oh, I hope a kid's not dead.
'Cause I'm your dad.
I'm your dad.
Your
Boogie woogie woogie.
So what do you think was happening in that one?
Dead mom, daddy issues, depression.
Isn't that the theme of Beetlejuice?
So it sounds like there was some sort of accident, and maybe the son got hurt, and the mom was killed in the accident, and now the dad feels bad. And Tim wants a long Furby.
Tim wants the Wiggly Snig.
This Wiggly Snig.
My mom's a bitch. An alcoholic. A melancholic. But I'm not a liar.
It's L-I-E-R, babe.
We get it, Ethan. You're a good speller. I'm taking Hannah as far away as we can get.
Hey, Anne-Marie, do you want to move to California with me?
Thought you'd never ask. Edgy teens hate parents, run away.
Was that the same guy who was the dad? My guess, I thought that he was maybe the boyfriend.
Yeah, it's like Lax and Ethan, is that what it said?
Lex, I think.
Lex.
Lex said she was taking Hannah, so that's either her daughter or a little sister.
Or a dog.
True. Or fish.
Thomas put on some weight.
Working boys?
Ah, you're Becky Barnes.
Becky Barnes.
Is this Bucky Barnes?
Bucky
I was
Barnes.
hoping you'd say that.
They are done.
Wow, I love an Avengers AU.
Something's on his mind.
Are the streets okay? Turns out they are.
This song was sponsored by Viagra.
New characters, I guess.
Old people who went to high school together meet up shopping for Black Friday, I guess. Because they're like, are you shopping for yourself or your kids?
Oh, is asking if you have kids a subtle way of asking if you're single?
I guess. Because I guess if you have kids, you'll either say no, or then if you say yes and you're still single, it'll come up at some point. Because they'll be like, oh, your wife's lucky. And then they'll be like, either we're divorced or she's dead.
Yeah. So we have some people shopping, maybe for a sniggly wig or whatever they're called.
Wiggly Snig.
Wiggly snig. Oh wait, is the guy the dad?
He said he didn't have kids, though.
Oh, maybe that song was like you went back in time to see how he got to California. That's my theory for right now. We'll see. Capitalism. Call himself a capitalist. Give me your fucking money. Capitalism.
They do be opening the doors of the toy store, though. There do be broken families.
They do be one that long Furby with the tummy, though.
So wait, who do you think was singing the song?
Tickle Me Elmo.
The capitalist.
It was probably like the person who owns the store or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
the store owner
Alright.
of the Toys R Wiggles.
They do be having sense, though.
Belongs to my boy.
Oh, we got the Wiggly Snig!
It's mine. It's mine.
Wait, at the end of Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, they said that the entire city of Hatchetfield was wiped out. Like, there were no survivors. So this would either have to take place before, like a prequel type thing, or since they're all singing, it's because it's Hatchetfield, right?
It's
It's
the,
Hatchetfield.
Yeah.
the under... What's it called in Stranger Things?
Upside down.
The upside
Well,
down
I was
world
gonna
of
say
Hatchetfield.
it's like the possessed people by the aliens. Like this is just their daily life now. Wait, the guy who didn't like musicals. The whole point was that they didn't sing until they got possessed, and then everything became a musical. And if this takes place in the same town, does this mean that the same principle still applies?
So, well, what was happening in this, everyone was obsessed with buying the toy, which definitely seems like a weird possession thing that's
Yeah.
possessed everybody.
Or like they're being drawn to the Wiggly Snig for some reason. Like there's something about him.
There's something about his
eyes.
his wiggly and his tongue that they like. Some of them called it their boyfriend. So don't know what that was about.
There are monsters in here.
There are monsters in here.
Your head.
They do be possessed though.
That has like the same vibe as like Red the Blood of Angry Men and Les Mis, I feel like.
Okay.
So there's a guy who's in office, and they're all turning to him to lead the fight against the monsters in their head. So they are being possessed. You have to go into the black and white. Don't know what that
Yeah.
means.
But I don't know, like I know at the end of The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, it's the whole thing where Paul is singing and he's like, to survive you have to act like you're like them. And like learn the song so that they don't turn you because they think you're already one of them. So like maybe these are the people that have managed to not be possessed who are singing to avoid suspicion, who are finally like fighting back.
When it do be Christmas time.
Ring-a-ling-ding. Christopher Kringle,
Report to the principal's office
It's our
immediately.
boy.
Oh no,
Tim.
Mr. Humbugger.
But if she finds out you're Santa, Father Winter's spell will be broken. That's right.
I like that song. I liked that. I could see like the musical number happening in my
Yeah.
head.
It reminds me of the party song from Heathers.
Oh, Big Fun?
Big Fun, yes.
Never seen Heathers, so I don't know.
Wait, you've never seen?
No, I haven't.
I need to find one other person because people keep requesting Heather. Let this be known. I will try to do Heather's if possible. She's the only person I know who doesn't know Heather.
Yeah, but it just sounds like a bunch of drunken high schoolers at like a pep rally, or like, God, I sound like such a nerd. I'm like with the cool kid parties.
I don't know if it really had anything specifically to do with the Furby story.
Yeah, it just.
Well, obviously it's in the musical,
Well-
so in some kind of way it does.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're going into Christmas time, but it just kind of sounds like a fun transitional number to me. I don't know if there's anything specifically
It
significant.
feels okay. It feels like the party before the big game, or like the night before, like night after, because they're saying they're gonna beat this high school and stuff. Isn't that the high school that Alice was in and guys didn't like musicals? Like where that stuff with Alice and Bill happened? If I stare
Not
at you
helpful.
long enough, will you give me answers?
Take me back in time.
I really like her voice.
Hold me, take me back in time to high school. Take me back.
That was sweet.
I feel like that's like one of my favorite songs on the soundtrack so far. That's so wholesome.
It was wholesome. It was those two from before.
Yeah.
The football and cheerleader. And they want to go back in time, but I mean, unless there's something I don't know, that's not possible. I was wondering if maybe aliens were involved in that. Like if it was, because I remember from last year there was a thing where like someone was controlling the mind of like an ant was controlling the mind of a human, and
Starship?
yeah, and the ant was in love with the girl, but the human wasn't, or something like that. So maybe it's the alien. There are aliens that are, I don't know.
'Cause I will be adored.
I would be a door.
You better adore me.
Oh, I will be adored.
I will
She must be an alien.
adore me.
Please tell me the Wiggly Snig is singing. Please tell me.
You think it's the Wiggly Snig?
Yeah, I think it's conscious now.
I don't think it's the Wiggly Snig. I think it's one of the aliens. 'Cause I don't know anything about the aliens. I think that they're in the heads of humans, but then they might also be in the Wiggly Snigs.
Little girl,
Uh-oh. Creepy.
do you want to play with me?
No.
Lovely girl.
I don't.
Lovely girl.
I don't like this.
Oh, this is the Wiggly Snig.
Games.
He got possessed by it.
That's some possessed shit right there.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think?
I think because they mentioned Becky at one point and the California girl, so I think that those are the ones that got mentioned who haven't been gotten yet or something, and they're trying to like convince them to, or they're trying to like get them to become one of the hive alien stuff.
Yeah, I think the thing that was singing was the Wiggly Snig, and it's trying to
I don't think
possess
it's
the people.
I don't think it's the Wiggly Snake. It could be, but
Yeah. Well, I think it's the Wiggly Snig. But I think he got possessed by it, and then they both were trying to get Becky to come in.
Wait, so who do you think was singing?
the mom that was the bitch at the start of it.
Okay.
Becky,
wasn't
Football Boy.
singing. Football Boy was singing with the Wiggly Snig. That's what I think.
There could be multiple Wiggly Snakes too. There were a lot that were purchased.
Mm-hmm. So whatever one they purchased was starting to possess them.
Hello, Mr. Pezziwez. Welcome to Drowsy Town.
It's you.
Don't be frightened. And deck the halls with your gutsy onesies.
Whatever the thing is, like inside of the Wiggly Snig, and it's being targeted at America because capitalism and because the whole thing is like you'll be happy if you buy what's shoved in your face and stuff. So like everyone's buying one, and it's like I feel like it's like mind control almost too. And there's a prophet that's been chosen, and it's like a girl, and once she buys a Wiggly Snig, then like the Antichrist or like the alien or whatever it is gonna be born and like destroy the world.
Yeah, so
the
it
president's there.
yeah, it kind of changed. I don't think it's necessarily aliens at this point, because they mentioned something about going to Trouser Town, something.
I think that's where the Wiggly Snigs are made, like a factory.
Yeah. There's a different town where production is the production center, and then there's it's somewhere in Silicon Valley, so it's like a real place. So I think it's real people, and then it's just like Anne-Marie said, it's like gonna be mind control, and everyone in they're planning to like take over America because America is too greedy.
Yeah, it's like the whole like start them when they're kids so that they can't break free of the system stuff.
Right, but also it's getting adults too.
Yeah.
My question is, why does everyone want to buy it already? If it's the Wiggly Snigs that are gonna make the mind control, why is it that everyone already?
Maybe it's already in there, like the mind control is already like happening even before it's unboxed.
Yeah, like there's vibes. Capitalism is dangerous, kids.
Like, who do you think was singing in that song?
The president of the Wiggly Snake Company.
Or America.
America itself as an entity is singing.
Well, I mean like the president of America.
Yeah.
There's something that's beautiful.
I think this is the prophet
Wake
singing.
for my funeral.
Is that the Lex girl with like the... I feel like at this point Hannah's probably her kid.
Yeah.
And she's in the toy factory about to get it.
About to get it. Well, I think she's the prophet. I think she's the prophet they were talking about. And she's like the sacrifice or whatever.
Where's Hannah the prophet? I don't like how you're looking at me.
She said, did I need her more than she needed me? I think that was probably talking about Hannah.
Yeah.
I think Lex is the prophet. Only my ashes will see the sea. So I think she's gonna die on Black Friday. Or she's supposed to. So that makes me think she's the prophet.
Is it still Black Friday? Like, is this a day still? Is this all one day?
But no, why do you think she's dying? Like how? Or, yeah.
I don't know, because in the last song they were like saying something about we needed the girl to do the thing.
Yeah.
So you think like it's her doing whatever thing that is gonna cause her to die?
Well, I think she's probably being forced to by the corporation.
Okay.
The Wiggly Snake
Yeah.
president or whoever. And then for some reason they need her in order to take over with the Wiggly Snakes. Either that or she's taking the place of Hannah. But I'm just gonna stick with my guns and say Lex is the prophet.
Okay.
It's your reality.
Okay, Hannah's her sister.
I'm going to kill you.
Yikes.
So I guess her and her sister are both prophets. Because they said there's a power in you, your sister has it too. So I guess that means she's possessed by the Wiggly Snig, or like she is? Because it was the same like voice.
Well, that was the capitalist guy who owned the shop.
Yeah.
But he was asking her to become her best self. So I think he's evil, and he wanted her to do... I'm confused. I think she's trying to fight against being the prophet that the Wiggly Snake Company wants her to be. Reach into black and white. Still don't know what that means.
Yeah, that's maybe something to think about. What do you think the black and white is that they keep referring to?
I just was thinking it was like good and bad type thing.
I don't know. I keep reaching to the black and white, like pages of a book, but like, I don't know.
Things Tim went through.
Oh, Tim.
Dad.
Dad?
He submitted. She used to like
Sad.
bars. She liked to loosen me up.
It's so sad.
That was sad. So I guess he's trying to fight the Wiggly Snakes too.
He's trying to save his son for this, because I guess he failed him the first time, so he's trying to make up for it.
Yeah, but failed at what though?
Maybe he's talking about the mom, because that's the loss of the mom is probably what messed him up.
Oh, maybe. Maybe the mom was already lost to the Wiggly Snakes?
Or it sounded like she died in another accident, like maybe when the meteor was destroyed or something.
Meteor. Is that in the guy who did Lightning
Yeah.
Schools? Okay. I don't know, maybe he's gonna team up with Lex and try to help her stop the Wiggly Snakes. That's my guess.
He will wiggle, 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 wiggle his way into life.
Wiggly will wiggle tonight. Oh, he will wiggle.
Wiggly Possession Song, yay!
God, I've already like come to terms with the fact that I'm gonna sound stupid saying theories, but maybe the Wiggly Snakes are another species that were conquered by the aliens that possessed them, and the guy who didn't like musicals, like they're part of the like hive thing, and they're coming to try to like finish Earth because it didn't work the last time, allegedly.
Well, building a portal, it sounds like they're from a different dimension, or they need to get to another dimension.
Or it could
So-
just be portals across the universe too.
Yeah, like, I don't know, at one point Mars was mentioned, so I don't, not in this song, but in the previous one. I have no idea what's happening, but in this song I think everyone was possessed. So
Yeah.
I'm confused about what flips the switch between their actual consciousness and then their hive possessed consciousness. I don't know. I don't know how it's working.
And I think there's like a Wiggly Snig that wants to be like the right-hand man of the King Wiggly Snig.
There's the ticking again.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who's singing.
What if tomorrow?
Yeah.
What if tomorrow?
Is it going to turn Friday?
9. What if tomorrow?
Is that the end?
Huh?
Huh?
But what if tomorrow comes? I'm more confused after that than I was before.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It must have turned Friday.
Well, then why do you think that noise was at the end?
The whoomph.
The
Yeah.
portal opening, I think.
Yeah, it must have been the portal.
Okay. And who do you think was singing?
I don't know.
I thought Lex, maybe?
But it also, I thought Lex's voice was more raspy.
That's what I thought too.
So it sounded like, what's her name? Betty?
Betsy?
Becky.
Becky.
Yeah. I think that Lex wasn't there, so she must have been off doing whatever it was she was gonna do. And then either she saved them or didn't.
It's so confusing.
It's a mystery.
Why is Starkid always so confusing when you don't watch it?
Because there do be dialogue we be missing.
So, how do you think it connects to the guy who didn't like musicals?
Like the only idea that I have is that it's like the whatever the wiggly things are, they're another like species, I guess, that was taken over by the alien things from Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals.
Do you think that there were any like repeating characters from the guy who didn't like musicals in this?
That means there are. I mean, I didn't really hear any names repeated, that's the thing. Like, I kept waiting to like see if I could hear the same names and I didn't.
So, can you tell me about who were the characters in this?
There's Lex and Hannah, who I now think are sisters.
Lex and Hannah, who were the Prophet sisters. Prophet Wiggle sister. The Wiggle sisters.
And then there's Becky and Football Boy.
Becky and Football Boy, who were reunited.
And there's Tim and Tim's sad dad.
Dad and Tim, I don't know Dad's name.
Wiggly Snake.
Capitalism guy, who he was selling the Wiggly Snigs at the store, the Wiggly Snake store.
And the president.
There was I think another like evil Wiggly Snake person, alien corporation girl character.
There's also that Ethan dude that was mentioned at the start with Lex.
And then there was also like the corporation Wiggly Snake people. And I still don't know. I don't know if the Wiggly Snakes themselves are the aliens, or if there are aliens who are using the Wiggly Snakes for their purposes, or if there are no aliens and it's just people who are using the Wiggly Snakes as a mind control device. So that's where I'm at right now.
So overall, what do you think the plot was of the musical?
Okay. So I guess this town, Hatchet Town, right? Hatchet Town has been struggling with possession.
There's this company that's been marketing this thing called the Wiggly Snake, and it kind of plays off of like capitalistic greed in America, to where like everybody wants one, and it's like because they're gonna like all get it on Black Friday.
Well, here's the thing that didn't make sense. I thought that it was Black Friday at the beginning, and then like in the middle there was that "It's Almost Christmas Time" song. So it must have started at Black Friday and people bought the dolls, and then time passed and then it was almost Christmas time. So then I guess at the end the countdown was to Christmas Day.
And like because they all want it and stuff, it's gonna basically like take over, because they're like a conscious thing that like uses some type of mind control or something to make people want it. And there's like Lex and her sister are like prophets of it, I guess.
There was supposed to be a Prophet Wiggly Snake person, and that was Lex, who I think was trying. Some of the people were like trying to stop it from taking over, but they were also possessed at the same time. I don't know how it worked, but they were trying to stop it and then they couldn't.
And they have to somehow like make a sacrifice so that the king of the Wigglies can like come through a portal to Earth on Black Friday.
And then something was supposed to be reborn or something that was gonna like take over.
There's also Becky and Football Boy who reconnect.
Yeah, so how do you think that plays into it?
I've been trying to figure, I don't know. Maybe
Okay.
they're like the parents of one of the people there or something, or like one of them is the mom or dad of someone there, or work for the company or whatever.
Hey.
Okay, I had a thought while Julie was talking. Maybe it's supposed to be born on Christmas, like Jesus Antichrist parallel type thing.
So I'll start off by saying, thank God the Star Kid musicals are available on YouTube. Go watch it right now. So I'm gonna start off the summary with a comment that someone left on the last video.
Okay.
So they said that the musical is what would happen if Tickle Me Elmo was Cthulhu and abused the capitalist system in the United States to take over and then destroy the world. It all takes place over the course of one day. It's all on Black Friday. He also, like, there's like these little things in the commercials that they call the Sniggles. That's kind of like, they're just they're people like kind of dressed up like him in a way. Like, they're just his people. Or after that, we see two people in a car. It's Paul and Emma from The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals. Because this actually takes place in an alternate universe from The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals.
Okay.
Yeah, and
she's so upset.
It's an alternate universe type thing. So they're on their way to visit the husband of Emma's dead sister Jane. Because remember Anne-Marie from The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals?
Oh my god, her
Jane-
sister's dead!
Jane
Oh
died in
my
a car
God.
crash. So the football guy and the dad were the same person.
Dang it!
His name is Tom. Even Lex and Ethan were getting a doll so they can sell it and have money to get to California. They sold it for like $7,000. Like,
Okay.
adults, emphasis on adults. Adults really want this toy. Just the chaos around the toy gets so bad that the attention comes to the President of the United States, Howard Goodman. So,
You got that right.
Hell
yeah, even like he and some of his staff at the White House are like fighting over this one doll at one point, and then it gets shot and reveals the person that shot it is General John McNamara of PIP. They call it PIP. The guy who like he's and just yeah, like basically like kind of brainwashes people. So you got that right.
Okay. So Wiggly is Cthulhu.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
Is
And
it an alien or is it a toy?
Well, there are toys, but like the higher entity behind it all,
Does it have a
it's not really
form?
an alien. That's kind of difficult to
Is it
explain.
like a god or something?
It
It's
basically
like
calls
Cthulhu.
itself a god.
Okay.
Tom got stabbed in Act 1 because people were fighting over the Wiggly doll. Becky, she's a nurse, so she was taking care of him. She stitched him up and everything. She reveals that she actually possibly murdered her abusive ex-husband. So, there's that.
I mean,
her.
good for
Yeah,
her.
good for her.
Good for her.
Because they're all still like kind of almost trapped in the mall. And so in another part
Trapped
of
in
the
the
mall.
mall?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
By
so-
the Wiggly snakes?
No, it's just everyone's been fighting over the Wigglies.
Oh.
Meanwhile, there's a lot of different plot lines going on.
And you expect us to know all these
Exactly.
details from listening to this song?
Long story short, they accidentally nuke Moscow.
I did not get any of that.
In all of that happening, John McNamara gets stuck in the black and white
No.
and dies in
No.
this one. McNamara tells Lex that there is a soldier that's like in a deep sleep or something and she has to go wake him up, and so she finds Tom with the doll.
So is she a prophet?
No, the prophet was Linda,
Oh.
the cult owner, or cult leader.
Oh.
Oh yeah, also the mall starts burning down. Then at the very end, when they're like counting down, when you hear that sound, they all look up at something in the sky and then black out. Technically, we don't know what happens.
Great.
There are theories
Fun.
that like, yeah, the portal did open, like Wiggly did end up winning. There's theories that it's the meteor from The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals.
This whole premise
So
of
we
this,
were wrong.
yeah, this whole thing does sound like a Welcome to Night Vale episode, though.
Mhm. The Wigglies are here. Everyone wants them except the children. Welcome to Night Vale.
Bow to the Wigglies.
The portal will open at the end of the day.
And now for the weather.
Do you think the soundtrack gave an accurate representation of the musical?
Going in blindly, either I'm stupid or no.
I think the songs fit fine. It's just when you don't have the dialogue in between, you have
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
no context whatsoever for what's happening because you don't see the characters, you don't see the sets, you don't know when the setting has changed.
Yeah.
Happy,
Yeah.
happy,
Capitalism.
yep, happy Black Friday. I'm sorry.
It's true.